Welcome, adventurers from across time and space. 5 creators have been brought together from across the internet for one purpose and one purpose alone: to travel through time and have a good time doing it. When big changes happen to the timeline, the change attracts other time travelers like gravity. They won't be able to move past it until they fix whatever was messed up. So our heroes are stuck together, but only for the time being. As we begin our scene, we find our heroes in the emergency lit corridor of a Martian colony. In the near distance, through thin canvas walls, we can hear the screaming of an entire rave full of people who have suddenly lost all electricity, light, and music. As our heroes rush out into the hallway, they spot one another and are finally united for the first time, just in time to see several high-ranking dignitaries of the Martian colony run into another room as their guide, Gary, points them out and indicates that one of them is the president of Mars. As we begin, let's start with Aixa, as you are stepping out of this room carrying the pharaoh whiskers on your shoulders. You have an opportunity, because of the momentum that you have currently, to make a pretty big choice. Are you going to chase after the president that Gary has indicated, or do you have another plan in mind?
I think at this point, the last thing that we talked about, Mason and the pharaoh and I, was like, we gotta follow people. So I feel like I would be like, well, okay, here we go. And also Elena like pointed them out. So I think AX has an on or an off button, and the on button's on. So
Excellent.
they just charge after him, I think.
Yeah. All right. As you charge forward, Aixa, you are pretty fast. Let's go ahead and do a luck draw. I think you've got this one, but it is up to the cards. Name your suit, draw one card, and let's see if you can catch that door.
May I posit
Yes.
that because she has momentum, maybe theoretically she would have advantage on this, kind of if it was a dice roll where she would get to do 2. So maybe she just has to name a color
Oh, that is an interesting way to think about this.
instead of a suit.
I like that.
Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah, let's try it out. Let's see how that feels.
Red. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ace of hearts.
Nice. Okay, fantastic. So as you lurch forward, you are able to grab a hold of the door.
But that's where the long fingers come in.
Yeah,
It's just a
them
finger
long-
grab.
Your spooky space fingers. Yeah, so you're able to grab that door and follow the dignitaries into the room. As you do so, you come into this new space, which it's very reminiscent of like a conversation pit. It's been dug into the Martian soil, and they've, tiled it all around. So it's got sort of a like empty swimming pool effect to it. But comfortable cushions have been laid all around the space. And this is apparently what passes for a meeting space in this Martian colony. There are a number of doors that lead off of this room, and a couple of them are being used as other people dressed similarly to the person who was identified as the president as they filter into the room.
So the doors are being actively used, like people are coming into this
Yeah,
room.
the other doors, from elsewhere in the colony, people are coming in also in these sort of formal garments.
Are there any computers or electronics? Does it look like it's a sort of like hub of any kind, or is it just truly like this is our boardroom meeting?
That is a great question. You have not so far seen any obvious computer terminals or anything. But Aixa, you are from a space alien culture, so I think there is a likelihood that you can identify like an alternative computer terminal. Clearly, they have some sort of computerization here. So let's do a skill draw to
Cool.
look around the space for what would be your terminal.
Okay, so skill draw is just one card.
Yep, just one card compared against mine. I got a 10.
I got a 7.
Okay. Is that one of your marked cards?
Nope.
No. Okay. So yeah, you are not able to identify what the terminal in this room would be, but you do have 3 other people with you. Do you want to let them in on the investigation?
Yeah, I will. But I also want to just ask, so like how like we stand out, obviously. Like we look very different than everybody else. Like how
Mhm.
crowded is it? Is this something where we can like Mason hide in the shadows, or is this like everybody's gonna like in a second stare at us?
Chances are pretty good everybody is going to stare at you in a moment.
Okay,
You
cool.
followed 3 people in here. It looks like there's probably like gonna be 10 people in
Okay.
the space by the time everything is all said and done.
So I kind of like let everybody in that I'm like, because our ultimate goal is to not suffocate. So I am also thinking about like engineering. But I am gonna take Whiskers off my shoulder and put him down just because he is like the smallest of us and potentially could maneuver if somebody, is like, hey, get him.
Yeah.
Whiskers, as you put him down, immediately goes towards the first person and says, Fair Whiskers here. Take me to your leader. We must speak.
I think the woman that you walk up to turns to you and says, I am the leader. Who are you?
I said, Pharaoh, did you want my full name? Well, you're not worthy for that.
Okay.
Explain
sorry.
what's
right.
happening.
Whiskers, right?
Pharaoh Whiskers. But
Pharaoh
yes.
Whiskers. Okay. Well, we are dealing with an emergency right now, your Pharaohness, and thank you for being here. We really appreciate your input, and you are welcome to stay and contribute to the conversation. Who
You sound
is your
very
friend?
condescending. Come, let me introduce my entourage. It's Whisker goes around to and beckoning everyone to come follow him as we're talking to this leader.
Oh, okay.
Do you still have my stunt double with you?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I think we left her.
We ran off without her.
I think we might have left her with Josh.
Yeah, you took her wig off.
Oh, we left her with Josh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
So the whole film crew is still back in the dark, suffocating colony rave room. That'll be fine.
I would have the B unit with me, obviously.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
You're not going to be without a crew.
Duh.
Who are all of you, by the way? Are you citizens that I've never met? Because that's a delightful opportunity for another time.
Saviors.
We're
Heroes.
savior engineers. We're here to help with the lights.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's wonderful. We appreciate your contributions and hope that you can find a quick resolution. How can the council help?
Show us to the lights.
Oh, how familiar are you with the functioning of the colony?
Could I take a moment to access my control panel to see
AI?
if I have
Yeah.
I just hold up one of my really long creepy fingers and I access it. I think I've decided to name it Tinker.
Love it.
Because I'm thinking of it like Cable's AI in X-Men. I'm just gonna be like, Tinker, do you have schematics for this? I feel like this might be a luck roll or luck card.
I think you're right. I think this is a luck, whether or not Tinker is going to have schematics for a Martian outpost in the 30th century. Yeah.
Clubs.
Hey, awesome. Yeah. Look at that. Turns out the layout of this facility matches with some schematics that were drawn up far earlier, and they were just sort of executed on here in the 3rd millennia to create a surprisingly similar layout. So yeah, you've got a functional diagram of the sort of footprint and mechanisms of this facility.
I think it's just like a Tony Stark hologram from my arm. And I go,
Yes.
you mean these? Just look very like,
very proud of yourself.
yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, wonderful. I'm so pleased that you have that. That's great. So I guess go do it.
We need total complete access to your entire facility. Hand over the master key now.
Oh, I don't think we can do that.
I don't think. I gave you a question, and I will transform myself into the larger, more deep, more human-looking version.
Yeah, the deity form.
Yes, and hold up a very long claw to his neck and attempt to like threaten him to give me these master keys.
Let's go ahead and open this up as a conflict. Now, this is not necessarily a physical conflict, but this draw of 3 cards will represent the duration of time it takes for you all to convince the colony's council to give you access. And since the air is running out, this will be a very short period of time. I'm going to say that this whole conflict is going to take, let's say, a minute. So 3 cards, each one will represent roughly 20 seconds of time, and you can lay them out. And let's go ahead and flip over card number 1. I have an 8 of clubs.
Do we all say which one?
Yeah, you can just go around and say what you've got.
Oh. Yeah, 10 of hearts.
10, okay.
Queen of diamonds.
Oof.
2 of diamonds.
Yeah.
I'm not there. So I'm assuming I'm not drawing.
Let's go ahead and have you draw as well so that you can still move in time. 7. Okay. So we had a queen. That means that your desired outcome is going to take the primary success here. And let's see, we had a 7 and a 2 in play. So that means that you guys are going to be less successful in this moment. You did not beat my card. So the council is going to overmaster you for now. And then Omar, you had a 10. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're also moving your goals forward. But Ben, what is Mason's primary drive right now? What is it that you're trying to get done?
I think to get the lights turned on because he doesn't want to die here in this place in space miles away from home. So he's just gonna like kind of step forward and like, hey, Madam President, I know the Pharaoh here is coming on a little strong, but we do need a key. We do need some kind of access to the back end of this if we're gonna have any resolution and solving.
I don't know that I'm comfortable with that. I don't know any of you. You haven't been a part of what we've made here. There's so much about this colony that you just aren't going to understand. Omar, what do you say to that? What does Whiskers say?
Whiskers is in the face of Madam President and has that claw out and is getting really threatening as the hair on his back furs up. And he goes, "You will give us the key so we can fix this mess that I'm sure that you caused. And then you'll never see us again. Or do you want to die here with the rest of your people, Madam President?"
I'll never see you again.
And there's a 1 times a billion chance.
She turns back to Mason. Is that true? Are you going to leave forever?
Well, when it comes to us coming and going, it's really not up to us, at least not up to me. I don't plan on being out here again, but I can't speak the rest of my friends. But I do want to save your people. I can't have people dying out here. That would be the worst outcome. And also, if you want to get reelected, you need constituents to vote for you that are alive. And this would be that you save the colony.
Oh, it's just my turn.
Turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Everyone gets a turn. It's just my week.
But do you want to have the week that everyone died? Is that the week that you?
I really
you
do not.
want?
I believe you.
Right,
I believe
right.
you, sir. I believe you that you want to help. What do we think happens with Aixa in this while this is happening?
I think that I'm fruitlessly looking for like an access panel. I'm like, I got the schematics.
You're just like, there's got to be something.
Yeah. I'm like, these people don't want to give us the key. All right. And I'm just like fruitlessly, because like this is just a 2 is me like not helping at all. So I'm just pressing on the ball or on the walls like it's an Indiana Jones tomb, but it's just like a regular wall.
I love it. And how about Elena? What do we think is going on with you?
Oh, I'm hoping that Gary has led me to where the hub is. That's what he was supposed to be
so
doing.
you split off.
I didn't leave.
Go
Yeah,
with...
I stayed with Gary with the flashlight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you and Gary are still in the hallway. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I think that Gary leads you off down one of the corridors into an area that is like painted in, rather than the like Apple Store white chiclet situation that you had going on in the like primary colonial spaces. He takes you down into an area where everything's done in like a mylar. There's a lot of silver crinkly surfaces going on. And this is clearly the like maintenance and control space, the facilities.
Great.
He seems uncertain about whether this is exactly the right place to take you and whether he should be taking you.
Gary, is this not where the lights are to put the power to back on?
It's where they should be.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This has never happened to me before.
Hey, buddy, you are doing so good. Okay, you're doing so good.
I went to school for the radio, so like I know how a lot of this works.
Great. Okay, so usually there's just like a big plug you got to plug back in, or like, did we trip a breaker or something? Just got to reset some stuff. Like,
I don't know. This has never happened before. We have like a really reliable power system.
Right. I want you to think back, Gary. Think real hard. What could cause something like this?
Sabotage?
Great. Which means we can unsabotage it. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go on to our next card. I have terrible news, everyone. This is an ace.
Is that good or bad for you? I don't know.
That's good for me.
Oh, that's the highest, right?
It's the high card, yeah.
Okay, well.
Oh gosh.
I got
a 3.
I got a 4.
A 4, okay.
Yeah, I got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I'm drawing all these low cards.
Yep.
I got a 5 of hearts.
And a 5. Okay. Were any of those marked cards?
Almost,
Definitely
but
not.
quite.
No. Okay.
Listen, we all just beeped this round. It's okay.
Yeah. So this is actually really fun. So what do we think happens in the narrative here that is not moving you towards your goals? Do we think that the like president like gets into an argument with you guys? Do we think that the rest of the council fights you? Like, let's tell this story together. What do we think happens that gets in everybody's way? Or it could be an external thing. Maybe there's like a Mars quake or something.
It's fun.
Would it be realistic to have like the oxygen start to go away? Like, are we starting to not feel
I like
good?
That.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, that
I
makes
drew a
total
3,
sense.
so I'm like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah. So it's been a few minutes. The oxygen is starting to go, and it is enough that you are all able to start noticing it. Whiskers, I think you can see in the people around you that they are becoming less useful to you. And that's a problem, even though you can breathe for a little bit longer. You need these humans to explain how to fix the problem. Otherwise, you're going to have to travel through time and go back to the middle of the rave again. And we don't want that.
I'd say the Madam President begins to fade as I no longer am holding my finger up to her threateningly, but I'm holding her as she's falling over. Madam President, wake up.
So
You are supposed to...
I'm going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Okay. Do you know the signs of hypoxia?
He turns over and looks at Mason and asks, do you know?
Mason's also kind of
What he just
fainting.
said.
He's like, the what? The what? What did she say?
How can we tell if we're about to die? What is it? Is it feeling sleepy? Because I'm feeling sleepy.
I think that's cold.
Okay. Okay. So maybe we're all right.
No, you are suffocating.
Okay. Cool.
Can we have the key card now?
I need you all to promise me that you won't judge our society on our mistakes.
I don't think you have much of a choice, but all right, fine. Fine.
I love all right, fine as a response.
All right, fine.
I would judge you more if you did not do everything to help. And I just put my long finger hands out.
I think you see as the president like reaches for something in her jacket and then decides against it at the last second as we turn over our last cards. I have a 6.
Ooh, I pulled a high card and one of my
Oh, and it's marked.
marked cards. Yeah.
Heck
Queen of Hearts is
yeah.
my
King of Spades.
clairvoyance.
Mine's also marked.
Mine as well.
Wow. Wow. Look at this. Okay, so Stella, unfortunately, because you didn't mark the card, the clairvoyance would have told
but it
you
doesn't
that was
matter.
going to be the
But it's still big.
So you knew you were going to succeed at this, so that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so Omar, that's an ace.
No.
Oh, no,
King
sorry,
of,
Sarah's got the ace.
Yeah.
What's the mark you've got on that ace?
It's the circle with the sideways T.
Ah, yes.
Oh, enemies.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're going to draw a second card and take the lower of the 2.
Okay. That seems like bullshit. Okay, it's also marked. It's a 2, but is also marked. It's
Which
the
one is?
boob. It's the circle with the dot in it.
Ah, the boob mark.
It's the boob mark. It's the titty mark.
Yeah, well, that's the ally mark.
Great.
So why not draw another one? Take the higher of those 2.
Is that what happens now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
man,
Is
you
it
going
10?
through your deck.
How about a 10?
Hey!
Not marked this time. Just a regular. Those are regular 10.
That's higher than a 6, so good news. All right, Omar, what did you have on that king?
That was an emotional roller coaster. King of Spades, no mark.
Oh, no mark. Okay. Ben, you had a mark?
Yes, I also had an enemy, 3 of diamonds.
Ooh.
So I have to draw again and take the lower.
Yes.
Maybe you'll get like a mark
All
card.
right, so
in
I got
combo.
a jack. I don't think this one's marked on my. No, it's not. So I have to take the 3. So
Okay.
it's a failure for me as well. I'm fainting. I'm on Whisker's other side. Like he's holding Madam President, and I'm like by him, like trying to like talk, but I'm also like slurring my words and just like, yeah, it's just this is
You can trust us. It's fine.
You should listen to the kitty.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Whiskers and Aixa, here in the room, you are going to convince the president to give you that key card. What do we think is the thing that finally convinces her that you are on the up and up?
Can I just put my like creepy long hands, like, because she has it in her hand, right? Can I just put my hands over her hands and like I'm not taking it, but I'm looking her in her eyes. It's not like a threat, but it's not a threat. Or I'm just
Mhm.
like, we're your only hope for survival.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, so she's like reaching into the interior pocket of her jacket, and yeah, so you put your hand on that.
Yeah, my creepy fingers.
Your creepy fingers.
I say Whiskers would then after that take off his helmet because it's magic and use a little suction in the air and then puts it on top of the head of Madam President.
Oh, I like that. That's very cool. She takes a deep breath of your magic air in your bubble, and she looks, I think, straight into Aixa's eyes. I have something I have to tell you. And she pulls the key card out, and just because your hand is already there, there's this like sort of almost intimate moment as you know her hand comes out of the jacket pocket and just releases the card to you there at the like edge of her lapel. But before we get the confession of the president, let's cut over to Elena and Gary.
Poor Gary. What's going on,
Yeah, poor
Gary,
Gary.
buddy?
I don't know. What are you thinking? What are you thinking is in this moment for you?
What I feel like would be good dramatic irony
I mean, that's what we're doing here.
is I feel like Gary is in the middle of explaining how it can be fixed, and he passes out in the middle of the last step. You know, like in that scene in, it's one of those space movies. Maybe it's The Abyss. It's The Abyss, actually. It's not a space movie. It's The Abyss when they go out of range and somebody has thrown up into their suit and they have to they're like, you have to get the thing. It's to the left. And then it like cuts out and then like you have to go and like she figures it out, So like, I feel like mid last step, he loses his battle with lack of oxygen. And so
amazing.
like, she's like, okay. And she's like holding the things that would fix it, but she is not an electrical engineer. So I don't know.
I like that a great deal.
Okay.
That's fantastic. So I think Gary points on a okay, two things happen.
Great.
Here. I think Gary is going to use one of the terminals, which is activated by his hand. Like there's he touches the side of one of these like chiclet looking throw pillow sized apparati.
Okay.
And a light emanates from his fingers onto the surface and creates the like work surface.
Okay.
So it's like, those bracelets they keep pretending are going to happen where you can use the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but his whole hand. So he projects this out onto it and he shows you where the room is. And
great.
I think he's in the middle of telling you, I think he starts with, have you seen The Matrix? These ancient Earth movies.
Yes, of course. I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like that, but instead of in a tank, they're just...
Gary! Okay, bud. Great. Well, I'm going to go to the room. Figure it out. Not a tank. Something else like a tank. Maybe.
Totally fine. So I think we'll leave Elena on her way to that room as the rest of the group get to hear the president's confession. Yeah. Congratulations. That was a good conflict. Well done. She like looks straight into your eyes, Aixa, as she is handing you this key card. And she said, we had to be sure that no one in our society could be bought, bribed, or tricked ever again. And she waves her hand over one of these, chiclet apparati, and the light shines out from her hand, creating the display and interface. And she like presses hard on a room at the center of the building floor plan. And it sort of zooms in and opens out into a video from a room where you can see a few people sort of sitting in squalor on the floor, looking sad. The people you see before you once owned everything they wanted. They had all the wealth that Earth had to create. And when we moved to Mars, they wanted to own it too. Our world was parceled and covered with logos for every major Earth company that could afford a rocket and a human life. This is the only punishment we could find that fit the crime of seeking to manipulate every person alive into serving your own whims. Here, we live without aging and death, so these undying bastards fuel our whole civilization. Not everyone thinks this is the way, but they are the ones who sacrifice for the good of everyone. And she hands you that, she lets go of the other half of that key card and lets you take it away.
Does it look like they're dying?
No, they just look like super uncomfortable.
But they're supposed to be powering this station?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not too indifferent to suffering and torture. I mean, my people had plagues of locusts and death, so, but this seems a little, how can I say?
Inefficient.
Dramatic.
It is both of those things. I can't say that it was my idea. I was not even born. But the copper in the floor conducts the energy that their bodies produces, and as long as they stay in that room and awake, they produce energy to fuel the rest of the colony. Which is stunningly efficient, by the way.
Did one of them escape? I don't understand how you are losing power.
I don't either. That is the question. This is not
Did
a
it have-
live feed from the room, so it's possible that some of them have been taken or one has escaped somehow. I can't imagine it. It hasn't happened in centuries, but if there is something wrong with the power, this is the source.
Well, then, we have found the problem. So what do we do? I say we can at least investigate that room.
Yeah, investigating is what I do best. And just spitballing here, would it have anything to do with an excess power of a giant rave in the middle of your city? Would that
Are
have
there some sort of power
anything to do with
draw
anything?
going on?
Yeah, just shooting ideas out here.
I mean, it's certainly could be, but we've run a lot of raves. It's sort of our thing. That's how we got to be the
Okay.
capital of Mars. We throw real good parties. I'm DJing
Okay,
next
so-
week. You should come.
Well, you didn't want to see us again, so that
Oh,
would...
right. Don't
unless-
come. Go.
Right,
right.
right. Just...
You know too
okay,
much.
that-
it's
is
getting
that-
hard to breathe here.
You president then DJ? Normal.
Well, I'm always a DJ. Just right now, I'm a president.
Always a DJ.
In my heart, I'm always a DJ.
These aren't lungs, they're turntables.
We're running out of air. We need to get Elena and find out what's behind this door. I'll jump on top of Aixa. Just kind of point so that way I don't have to waste any unnecessary air.
I follow the paw.
It's a good plan.
I would like to throw something out there for all of you to consider. You know that you can time loop this.
And we
Oh.
retain
Well, you
all
did
of our
say that.
memories.
Yeah, you'll still be yourselves traveling in linear time.
You mean we just have to suffocate and then we'll wake up?
No, you can just activate whatever your time travel mechanism is. And
Oh, okay.
We'll just be stuck here. We can't go to any other time because of this issue.
We all have to do it separately and then come back.
I won't make you. You can do that whenever you want. I just want to keep that in your heads in case things keep going the way that they are.
The moment we're about to pass out, someone say the code word and then we'll all snap back.
Yeah, what's our safe word?
I'm suffocating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
That's a
safe
good
word.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dying. Let's go.
So the president
Wait,
gave us the key, and I have this like layout, so we should know
Mhm.
where to go.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have the layout there on your display, and she pointed directly to where that room is on her layout. So yeah, you can absolutely find it.
Is that the same room that Elena's in?
It is
we
the
don't know
room
that.
Elena is headed
Okay.
towards. Yeah. So this will be another opportunity for the four of you to meet back up. So let's cut to the moment where you all arrive outside the door to the facility where the billionaires are powering society.
You just hear Jessica, and that's how I save Madam President. Explaining everything to
Great.
Elena.
Gary said that it was in this room and it was like the Matrix at a tank, but not whatever that means.
Oh yeah, they are fueling this whole society by the energy of the billionaires.
Great.
Yeah, the former leaders.
So do we have to
back on Earth?
Do they have to be dead or alive? What is the deal? They all have to be in there?
They can't
They can't die.
Yeah. She said they've been in there for centuries.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, it does sound really boring. So either one of them escaped or they figured out how to short circuit. They said that the copper wires going through the infrastructure powers it, but it's coming from that room. So they have to be in that room
All right, so they have to be touching the copper wires, I'm assuming.
or in that room that sends out the signal or something like that.
Okay.
It was hard to pay attention.
I would like at this time for all of you to do a skill draw to overcome the hypoxia.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no.
What about my math?
See,
Oh no. So that's a king.
Okay.
Does Aixa have to? 'Cause
Yeah, she's got a
Yeah,
mask.
I got my math.
She has got a mask. I will say go ahead and take draw 2, take the better of the 2.
I got a 7.
Still a jack. Okay.
Jack of hearts.
Yeah, I
Jack
got
of
a 10 of
spades.
clubs.
All right.
I'm taking a nap.
Oh, and
Any of those marked cards?
No, sir.
Nope.
no.
Okay.
We're close.
So as the hypoxia is taking you, does anybody have any clever ideas to save yourselves?
I think maybe we say I'm suffocating and then we all
Yeah.
start again.
You can do that. I'm also perfectly willing if somebody's got a MacGuffin in their pocket to give you a little bit more time. If you want to draw for that, I'm willing to take luck draws for hidden cans of oxygen or
Yeah,
something.
maybe it's
Yeah.
a union break. And so they would
Okay, tell me
they
more.
would come in. It's a union break, and so they would come in to like give her like a.
They got to stop the filming.
We're gonna stop filming. We're gonna refresh the actors. Like, so they would come in with whatever you would need to refresh the actors.
Okay, let's go ahead and do a luck draw. Let's see if your team brought bottled oxygen for this eventuality.
It is a marked card.
Okay. Did you call your suit beforehand?
Oh, I thought it was to beat you.
Oh, we will do that. Sure. All right. I've got a jack of spades. So what is the mark on that ace?
It's the upside down triangle with the 2 little circles at the top. It's probably like
That is
you die.
confidence.
Confidence.
Fate?
Yeah.
Oh, confidence.
Confidence. Yeah. So you are succeeding. So the ace already beat the jack. You're going to take 3 points that you can apply later on in this scene to somebody else's card.
Okay.
Nice.
And yeah, I will accept that your team have brought enough bottled oxygen to sort of refresh everybody for a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's a very tense moment. And I think that there is a hold, like somebody yells out hold. And people come scurrying in.
As you're all suffocating at the door.
They come scurrying in and give oxygen to everybody and like refresh everyone's makeup. Just like last looks, clear, and then they get out of the way.
Amazing.
Union break.
Yeah.
Back. Okay, we're back in.
So everybody gets a union break, and that's actually a wonderful opportunity for us to fade to black on this episode. And we will start back up as you open the door into the room full of billionaires and deal with the problem. Stella Cheeks is at Stella Cheeks on Instagram and Bluesky. Sarah Moore is at Pixies and Pins on all of the social media channels and at pixiesandpins.com. You can also check out her Sarah's Table live streams on Twitch at Pixies and Pins. Omar Burgos is at Tailweaver. Check out his work on the Tale of D20's TTRPG channel. More information at ataleofd20s.com. Ben Banks is at DJ_Blindian on Instagram and SoundCloud. I'm Ansel Burch, and you can find me at The Indecisionist on all of the meta properties and on Bluesky. Special thanks to Cameron Avesk Davis for the song you're hearing now and at the beginning of the podcast. This has been an Indecisionist production. Go to Indecisionist.com to find more of our work, including my monthly gaming event, TTRPG Pickup Con, and my other time travel podcast, Time to Party. As you travel at 1 second per second, take some time out for these intrepid adventurers. They may be in trouble, but only for the time being.